Flexibility. Adapting with grace and ease. Message for New Year, January 1, 2025. Daji. Please try to understand the message by revered master. Flexibility. Adapting with grace and ease. Dear friends, life is like an ever-changing dance. It demands that we move with graceful fluidity, adapting to its rhythm instead of sticking to rigid steps. Picture a sailboat captain refusing to adjust the sails when the wind changes. The result: a journey that goes nowhere. Yet, that same captain wouldn't just let the wind take him anywhere, either. He keeps his destination firmly in mind, adjusting the sails as needed to stay on course. Similarly, while the goal of life remains constant, the path to reach it requires flexibility and adaptation. Flexibility is one of life's most essential traits. What works today might not work tomorrow. Imagine walking outside bundled up in earmuffs and a scarf on a sunny spring day, effective in winter, but downright silly as the seasons change. In the same way, our responses must evolve as circumstances shift. In meditation, for instance, holding the thought of divine light in the heart as a stepping stone. At first, it's a helpful focus, a tool to help us turn inward to the center of our being. But as we dive deeper, that thought naturally dissolves. Clinging to it when it's no longer needed would hold us back. Much like trying to carry a rowboat on your shoulders after crossing a river. The art of progress lies in knowing when to let go. Because our objective is to become lighter, subtler, and simpler, we are in the process of letting go of what we no longer need, lightening our load, and doing things naturally and effortlessly. Babuji Maharaj captures this process with the phrase, more and more of less and less. To merge with the ultimate, we become simple and subtle so as to be like it, shedding complexities and attachments. Imagine pouring a cup of water into a lake. They merge seamlessly because they are alike. But pour oil into water, and the two remain separate. The divine doesn't change to meet us where we adjust ourselves to resonate with its essence. To merge with the ultimate, we become simple and subtle so as to be like it, shedding complexities and attachments. Imagine pouring a cup of water into a lake. They merge seamlessly because they are alike. But pour oil into water, and the two remain separate. The divine doesn't change to meet us where we adjust ourselves to resonate with its essence. Adjustment doesn't just apply on the spiritual journey, it's something we encounter in daily life. A newlywed adapting to her in-laws' household and a musician harmonizing with an ensemble both understand the importance of attunement. Enhancing your resonance with the divine is a continuous process of adjusting your thinking, actions, and lifestyle, as Babuji describes in this excerpt from his diary. The Master's remembrance arose in me the very day he had transmitted to me for the first time. So, I was continuing it with three things together: constant remembrance of the Master, adjusting myself to bring about that condition of absorption or lavastha which my Master had, and reading and experiencing what was happening in the region I was in at that time, Babuji Maharaj. This ongoing process of refinement constitutes abhyas in its broader sense. It requires interest, attention, awareness, and responsiveness. The role of awareness. Awareness and attentiveness are the foundations of flexibility. Just as a driver instinctively swerves to avoid an obstacle, we can only adjust to what we notice. Responsiveness depends on awareness, and awareness depends on attentiveness. If our attention drifts lost in a phone or a daydream, we might miss the signals that call for adjustment. In spiritual practice, attentiveness leads to deeper awareness of the sacred within. This state of divine attentiveness, known as constant remembrance, naturally draws us closer to the goal, bringing Layavastha in its trail. Babuji has described spirituality as the art and science of constant remembrance, emphasizing its simplicity. But a simple way of living still requires interest. The greater our interest in the goal, the shorter the journey becomes. And the obstacles on this journey are the things that distract, redirect, or weaken our interest in the goal, those desires and sanskaras, impressions from past actions that hijack our attention. Like a ship's rudder turned by external forces, they pull us off course. They derive power from our attentiveness toward them. So when we attempt to uproot them, we instead strengthen them and become more enmeshed in the material web. Babuji's advice for overcoming these distractions is surprisingly simple: stop feeding them. Just as a plant withers without water, attachments fade when deprived of attention. Shift your focus to the divine through constant remembrance, and everything else will naturally fall into place. In spiritual practice, attentiveness leads to deeper awareness of the sacred within. This state of divine attentiveness, known as constant remembrance, naturally draws us closer to the goal, bringing Layavastha in its trail. Practice with flexibility. Heartfulness practices are designed to support this process. Daily practice, when done sincerely, keeps us aligned with the source and protects us from drifting. Often the drift is so gradual that we do not notice it until it is too late. Nobody is beyond the possibility of a fall, so nobody transcends the need for meditation. Even if your spiritual guide lovingly suggests you've reached a stage where meditation is no longer necessary, continue with your practice. Approach it with a fresh and innocent perspective, staying open to inspiration and deeper connection. Babuji Maharaj personified the humility of a constant beginner, and as a result his approach was extraordinarily flexible. True flexibility in consciousness arises from this alignment that arises out of regular practice. It allows you to engage outwardly by responding to life's changes while remaining connected with your innermost state. In his commentary on Maxim 9, Mold Your Living So As to Rouse a Feeling of Love and Piety in Others, he writes, "Thus nature manifests herself in different colors, each object receiving its due share according to its capacity and worth. In other words, she is dealing with them in her own particular way. This example must be kept in view, and all our dealings must be molded accordingly, with due regard to proper needs and fair right of everyone. Whether it's softening your tone when a child enters the room, or tailoring your actions to suit someone's capacity, as when a preceptor adjusts the dose of transmission pranahuti to meet the practitioner's requirements, flexibility in outer behavior reflects inner harmony. True flexibility in consciousness arises from this alignment that arises out of regular practice. It allows you to engage outwardly by responding to life's changes while remaining connected with your innermost state. An exercise to support greater levels of awareness and responsiveness. As you transition between activities throughout the day, take a brief pause to center yourself and reconnect with the source. These moments of conscious connection will remind you of the meditative state and allow you to integrate inner and outer aspects of life. Over time, this will help you cultivate constant remembrance. The ultimate adjustment. The highest form of flexibility is unconditional acceptance. It requires no adjustment at all. Babuji taught that when we see everything as a gift from the divine, we naturally become joyful and light. This state of cheerful acceptance smoothens life's rough edges, allowing us to move through challenges with grace. As we step into the new year, let's embrace flexibility in all its forms. Adjust with awareness, let go of unnecessary burdens, and stay connected to the source within. By doing so, we align ourselves more deeply with the divine, making life's journey not just easier but infinitely more beautiful. With love and respect. Kamlesh. Message for New Year, January 1, 2025. Heartfulness. Advancing in love.